You're avoiding eye contact, okay?
I'm avoiding, dude.
Listen, I
don't legally have to stare at you in.
No, you don't. I'm not saying
You're so. I've never in my life had a police officer or a state trooper come into my window the way that you did. You're 2 feet from me.
Okay. I believe I smelled some sort of alcoholic beverage coming through your breath. Okay.
There's not a chance.
Okay. So that's where I'm at with this, though. Okay.
This stop began after a state trooper claimed the driver signaled too late before making a turn and nearly struck a curb. What started as an alleged traffic violation, however, quickly became something much different. Instead of simply addressing the turn signal offense, the trooper shifted the focus toward a possible DUI investigation, pointing to the driver's red eyes and perceived lack of eye contact as reasons to pursue field sobriety tests. The legal issue in this encounter is the difference between a routine traffic stop and a DUI investigation. In New York, Vehicle and Traffic Law 1163 generally requires drivers to signal continuously during the last 100 feet before making a turn. An alleged violation of that law may provide a legal basis for the initial stop. Expanding the encounter into a DUI investigation, however, is a separate matter. To continue investigating for impaired driving, officers must have facts that reasonably suggest impairment rather than relying solely on a minor traffic violation and a series of generalized observations. That is where this encounter became increasingly contentious. The driver declined to assist in building a DUI case against himself and repeatedly questioned whether the trooper had any objective evidence of impairment. As the stop continued, the disagreement shifted away from the turn signal violation and became a debate over whether there was sufficient legal justification to expand the investigation beyond the original reason for the stop.
Hello, Trooper Thompson here, State Police. How are you?
Not bad. How are you?
Not too bad. You know why I'm stopping you there?
Not sure.
You almost hit that curb down there, and you put your blinker on last minute. You know, when you went there to merge on to...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm stopping you, okay? How much do you have to drink tonight?
I've had none to drink. I don't drink.
No? Okay.
Nope.
Why didn't you stop right away when I pulled...
Well, because I didn't want to pull on the side of... I'd rather pull somewhere safe for you.
Okay. Where are you coming from tonight?
Nowhere really.
You're not coming from anywhere?
No, just driving around.
You're driving around. Where are you heading to?
I'm heading home.
Okay. Why aren't you looking at me? Why aren't you looking at me?
Well, because you have the light and everything. Why? You're 2 feet. You're in my car.
I'm
which
next to your car.
You're in my property.
Okay. You have your license on you?
Yeah. Well, what exactly did I do?
I told you didn't use your turn signal 100 feet prior to your turn.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the reason for the stop.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Everything's on your license?
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. Not a problem.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I said not a problem.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna have you step out. Just make sure you're good to drive, okay?
I'm not gonna submit to any field sobriety tests.
You refuse to submit to field sobriety tests.
Yeah, I'm completely sober. I've done absolutely nothing. I'm articulating everything perfectly fine. I've done absolutely nothing.
Okay,
and I know that I don't have to. Okay, not a problem. What's that?
Huh?
What's that?
I said I was just gonna come over to this side to talk to you.
Okay,
so,
yeah, I mean, I know that I've done nothing illegal. I literally don't even drink. I don't.
Okay.
I absolutely don't drink.
So, can I just explain to you where I'm coming from with this?
Sure.
Okay. So, I saw you not use your turn signal 100 feet prior to your turn. I saw you almost hit that curb.
Right, yeah. So,
okay.
I honestly, I was driving down the road. I seen the police pulled over, had somebody pulled over, so I looked over, curious, and then I literally live off of right over there. So, you know, I was just observing that, and then I'm like, oh crap, there's my turn, you know?
Okay.
I turned my signal on, and I turned.
Okay.
And
so
I wasn't swerving, I wasn't, you know.
Well, I wasn't behind you.
I mean, I promise you, I absolutely do not drink. I've done nothing illegal.
Well, technically, vehicle and traffic law wise, you have done something illegal.
Well, that's not a crime.
It is. And
I didn't commit
like a misdemeanor.
I committed a traffic infraction.
Yeah, which is legal PC for me to stop you. Okay, so that's where we're at. So I'm just trying to talk you through this. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try to talk you through this, just so you're aware of where I'm coming from. Okay.
Yeah.
I started talking to you. Okay. Mm-hmm. You're avoiding eye contact. Okay.
I'm avoiding, dude.
Listen,
I don't legally have to stare at you in.
No, you don't. I'm not.
You're so. I've never in my life had a police officer or a state trooper come into my window the way that you did. You're 2 feet from me.
Okay.
Not even from my face.
Can I keep talking to you?
Because you're probably trying. I understand you're probably trying to smell alcohol or something, which I know that you don't.
Okay. So can I just keep telling you where I'm coming from with this?
Yeah.
So I look at you a little bit. I see your eyes are red. Your eyes are red. Okay.
Which is hearsay.
They're bloodshot.
Okay.
Okay. And they're somewhat watery. Okay.
I mean, of course you're going to say that, but okay.
Okay.
Even if they're not.
Okay. I believe I smelled some sort of alcoholic beverage coming from your breath. Okay.
There's not a chance.
Okay. So that's where I'm at with this, though. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm not like I'm trying to give you a hard time about it. I would like to run you through field sobriety, make sure you're going to drive, and I'm going to kick you loose.
Oh, I mean, okie dokie. I'm not going to. What do you want me to do? The alphabet backwards?
No. There's 3 standardized tests. Will you please do that for me?
I don't want to do the field sobriety test because all you do is you look for errors in people. You know for a fact I've been nothing but articulable about everything. There's no delayed speech. You know I'm not drunk, or I have not been drinking.
I don't know that.
Any reasonable person would say that I have not been drinking. You know I have not been drinking.
I don't. That's why I'm asking you.
You want to have me run field sobriety tests, which I don't have to legally, I'm not legally required to do.
Okay.
You have no suspicion that I've been drinking.
I just told you where we are.
I understand why you pulled me over, so give me a ticket for it. I've done nothing illegal.
You've done nothing illegal.
I haven't. No, absolutely not. No, I have not broken the law.
100 feet prior to your turn,
yes, I made a traffic infraction.
Illegal.
Okay,
Yeah,
I made a traffic. It's not against the law. It's not a crime.
Illegal, though.
It's not.
Okay.
Is it a?
So sit tight. I'll be right
is it
back
a
with you again.
misdemeanor or a felony?
No, it's just
a violation. Still a crime.
Violation. It's not
Okay. I understand. I am not trying to be a head. I'm honestly not. I'm really not.
You're giving me a hard time.
Yeah, because I know that I've not been drinking. I understand that I made a traffic infraction in front of you.
On you.
Yeah.
Can I have it, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jeremy. So you're going to take it for failed use of blinker on a return. Okay. You return with the Village Herkimer Court on June 9th at 4 p.m. You don't need to go in person. The back of you plead guilty or not guilty of mail it in.
Okay.
There's a supporting deposition on the back here. Okay. So, alrighty. You're all set to go.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Be safe.
Yeah. Have a good night. Drive safe.
Jeremy.
You too, man. And that's how you stand up for your right.
This stop is a good example of how an officer can have a lawful basis for initiating a traffic stop, but still face questions about expanding the investigation beyond its original purpose. If the trooper accurately observed that the driver failed to signal continuously for the required distance before turning, that could provide a legal basis for the stop under New York Vehicle and Traffic Law Section 1163. The more significant issue, however, is what happened after the stop began. Once the encounter shifted toward a possible DUI investigation, the trooper needed objective facts that reasonably suggested impairment, rather than relying solely on generalized observations such as red eyes, limited eye contact, or the alleged odor of alcohol. Whether those observations taken together were sufficient depends on the totality of the circumstances. It is also important to distinguish between roadside field sobriety tests and chemical testing under New York law. Standardized field sobriety tests, such as the walk-and-turn or one-leg stand, are generally voluntary in New York. By contrast, chemical tests administered after a lawful DWI arrest are governed by New York Vehicle and Traffic Law Section 1194, the state's implied consent statute, and refusing those tests can carry separate legal consequences. In this encounter, the driver declined to perform the roadside field sobriety tests while repeatedly questioning whether the trooper had enough evidence to justify expanding the stop into a DUI investigation. The video raises an important question. Were the observations cited by the trooper sufficient to support the broader investigation, or did the encounter extend beyond what the available evidence justified? Ultimately, the stop concluded with the original traffic citation, rather than a DWI arrest. That outcome has led some viewers to question whether the evidence supported expanding the stop beyond the alleged turn signal violation, while others may view the trooper's actions as a reasonable attempt to investigate potential impairment. The encounter illustrates how quickly a routine traffic stop can become a debate over reasonable suspicion, officer discretion, and constitutional limits on investigative detentions.